So, dear students, welcome to the third class of our software architecture and design patterns. So, anyhow, in the previous classes we have come across with the respective concepts which have been discussed, right from the basic fundamentals of software architecture's definition, the consequences which have been arising from software architecture, and then we have seen the respective reference models, respective architectures, reference architectures, and then we have come across with the quality attributes. The previous class we have seen some of the main parameters such as availability, modifiability, performance, security, testability and usability, and we have seen the features of these also. For today's class we will go for one more ahead, and we might have seen the concepts which have been required to build a respective software. So, before building a software architecture, it is mandate for us to have a quality oriented software architecture. The business quality attributes, in which whoever the customer it might be, so the developer needs to look after some of the attributes in terms of quality for the business perspective, that is time to market. So, in the market we will get so many products. Among those products the respective products must needs the fulfill the requirements of the market, and it must be reachable to the market with a particular time, then only we can achieve each and everything whatever we want to consider. So, the architectural reuse as affects the development time. It means the whatever the architectures you are going to developing, you need to reuse those architectures depending upon the development of a particular architecture in a particular meantime. And one of the attribute is cost and benefit. Cost and benefit is the attribute which is going to play a vital role in the in-house architectural expertise. It means the developers who are having, we need to have a qualified professional architects who are going to develop the respective architects in a cheaper than the outside expertise. So, you need to maintain, in order to achieve the business aspects, you need to maintain the respective architects who are expertise in and outside the market. Projected lifetime of the system. Long-lived systems required architectures that are modifiable and scalable. See, if you are developed as architecture means that it must be scalable and it must be modifiable one. If it is not modifiable means your architecture will run to a particular time only. So, you need to maintain the lifetime of the system. Then one of the important attribute is a targeted market. Architecture affects what platforms will be compatible and incompatible with the system. It means whenever you have given a target to reach a target for a particular time oriented in the given market, then you need to see that the system which you are going to be developing, it is compatible or incompatible with the system. And rollout schedule. If functionality is planned to increase over the time, the architecture needs to be customizable and flexible. It means whatever the schedule they have given for you to develop a particular software, you need to maintain those aspects within a given mean time. Else the planning needs to look after a huge amount of time. They need to invest for the functionality. So, for that it must be customizable and flexible. Integration with legacy systems. Here legacy means they are nothing but the old systems. Okay. Here legacy means the old softwares, the already built up softwares. Okay. For that, whatever the architecture of the legacy, it means the old architectures, you need to integrate the new architectures. It means whatever the new features you are going to developing, those new features must be added with the old architectures in order to improve the quality. So, this is one of the important aspect. Okay. So, these are the some of the business quality attributes such as time to market, cost and benefit, projected lifetime of the system, targeted market, rollout schedule, integration with legacy systems. So, you need to keep off track of all these attributes to achieve the business quality attributes. So, my dear students, before going to a particular development of a architectural quality attributes, you need to look after these attributes: system quality attributes, business quality attributes, and then architectural quality attributes. So, this is one of the thing where you need to focus, that is whenever you are going to integrating the various components as like a architecture for the interaction, then the architecture should do the things with whatever the things you are going to expecting. It means right from the definition of the architecture also we are discussing about the communication of the components among the system is nothing but a architecture. Simply we can say the mapping of the components with one of the other with the outside interfaces is nothing but an architecture. Already we have seen those concepts in the previous two classes. Now, the correctness and completeness is concerned with the checking of the architecture for errors and omissions. So, these are the main things which we need to expose to achieve the correctness and completeness of a particular software architecture. Buildability is concerned with the organization's capabilities to actually construct the architecture. So, this is the one of the main concern. Deployment is also one of a concern, and buildability. So, building a software, it means that I am going to execute. I will take an example for buildability. Means whenever you are going to in the web technology subject, you will see the building of the software. It means you are going to taking an editor. In that editor, you are trying to see that in the Java Sphinx environment you use it to get, in the Java servlets you are going to see, Java JSPs you are going to see, JDBC, ODBC concepts you are going to see. In those concepts you are going to build the software. It means you have to give the link up for the multiple components to build a particular software. For example, whenever I am going to develop the servlets files, means I am going to write a .java file, I am going to write a XML file, and I am going to write the jar file, and the Java archives I am going to combine, and I am going to execute on a platform. That platform is making me to construct a particular software. So, these are the things which we are going to consider. So, my dear students, whenever you are looking the aspects, whenever you are looking the aspects, those aspects must be keep on with the respective things. So, my dear students, so these are the architectural quality attributes which will place the main things. So, by looking after all these things, how you need to achieve the quality? Scenarios will help to describing the qualities of the system, but they do not describe how they can be achieved and how they can be maintained. So, for this you need to look after, and there are some architectural tactics that describe how a given quality can be achieved. For that you need to describe a given quality. For each quality there may be a large set of tactics available to an architect. See, whenever you are going to developing a architecture, means the architect has to take care. It is the architect's job to select the right tactic in light of the needs of the system and environment. It means that the architect has to take care whatever the attributes is going to developing in terms of quality. For example, a performance is a tactic, availability is a tactic, okay, reliability is a tactic, testability is a tactic, user interfacing is a tactic. That may include options to develop better processing algorithms. Whenever you will be thinking of about better processing algorithms, for developing a system for parallel processing or revise event scheduling policy. So, these are the things which you need to look after. Whatever the tactic is chosen, it must be justified and documented. So, I discussed regarding the performance, availability, testability, like that some attributes we have discussed. Those attributes must be chosen and must be justified and documented, well documented for achieving the quality. Now, here you need to look after one main important thing is, in order to achieve the quality, the architect has to take care a wide responsibility on his shoulders. Without that, they can't achieve the software quality for the respective software architectures. So, in order to build this, you need to take care of all these attributes. So if we will see that whenever we will think of the quality attributes, we are having three types of qualities: system qualities, business qualities, architecture qualities, what I discussed with you in the previous classes. Here the system quality deals with the availability, modifiability, performance, security, testability, usability and other aspects. Business qualities means time to market, cost and benefit, product lifetime, target, rollout schedule, integration and others. Architecture qualities are conceptual integrity, correctness and completeness. So these are the main attributes which you have to look after. So in the system quality we have discussed regarding the definition of availability, modifiability, performance, security, testability and usability. In the business quality attributes we discussed about time to market, cost and benefit, projected lifetime of the system, targeted market, rollout schedule, integration with legacy systems. Architecture quality attributes are nothing but conceptual integrity and completeness and correctness. Along with that, buildability is also one of the concern attribute you have to look after while executing a particular software. So these are the attributes which we need to focus. Now, how to achieve the qualities we already discussed. I have given some examples. Now we will see from where the software quality has been came. So the taxonomy, how it has been existed. Over the past 10 years of software architects have devised a list of common software qualities. It would be a good to claim that the listed below is a complete taxonomy for all software qualities, but it is a solid list of general software qualities compiled for a respectable source. So in this, domain specific systems, domain specific here means your domain specificity represents your traveling domain, your your educational domain, again your medical domain, then afterwards your housing domain, housing domain, airlines domain, again your railway domain. So these are the various domains in which you are trying to identify the various respective subdomains. From those subdomains you need to set the qualities. Okay, I will show one diagram to all of you. System qualities can be categorized into four parts: runtime qualities, non-runtime qualities, business qualities and architectural qualities. Already I discussed some of the quality attributes. Now I am talking about the system qualities. System qualities categorized into four parts: runtime quality, non-runtime qualities, business qualities and architectural qualities. We will see each and everything. Each of the qualities, these associated qualities are briefly listed below, and other articles on the some of the sites may provide some information about each of the software qualities listed before, their applicability, properties and their conflicts. If you will see the runtime system qualities, runtime system qualities can be measured as the system executes. Whenever the system will be executing a particular attribute of the system architecture, it is going to measuring as such as functionality, performance, security, availability, usability, interoperability. And non-runtime system quality is nothing but they cannot be measured as the system executes, as modifiability, portability, reusability, integrability, testability. Business qualities are nothing but the cost and schedule, market, appropriateness for the organization, architectural qualities, conceptual integrity, correctness. Domain specific qualities are nothing but the sensibility and the calibrability. So we will see each and everything that how the system qualities will be work out. Whenever we will thinking about the system qualities means it is going to measure the respective quality of the system. So for that we need to know about the functionality. Functionality can be defined as ability of the system to do work for which it is going to be intending. For example, I have written a function known as the sum function or addition function. In that function I am going to write some of the variables. So C is equal to A plus B is a logic. I am going to write in which I am having the variables such as A, B and C. These are the three variables in which I am trying to execute each and every function. The performance, the response time, utilization and throughput behavior of the system, not to be confused with the human in performance or system delivery time. So this is the performance which we have to take care. Security, the definition is the measure of a system's ability to resist unauthorized attempts at usage or behavior modification while still providing service to a users. So this is the main concern where we need to look after when we are thinking about the quality aspects. Now availability is nothing but the reliability quality attributes falls under this category, such as I think so many of you knows about the reliability. It means that many of you use it to buy the Bata chappals, okay, Bata footwears or action footwears, in which you are trying to see that how much reliable it is for me, if what is the durability. This is also one of the aspects whenever we will think about the reliability aspects. So the measure of the time that the system is up and running correctly, the length of the time between failures and the length of the time needed to resume up operation after a failure. So these are the aspects which we will look into the consideration. Usability, the ease of use and training the end users of the system. Subqualities, learnability, efficiency, affect helpfulness, control. Interoperability, interoperability is nothing but, so here usability means how the end user is going to interact with the system. Now ATM machine is there, in that ATM machine I am trying to interact with the user interface of the system, where I am going to insert in the card. If my card is okay, then it is going to interacting with me by saying that enter your PIN number, enter your details, whatever you want to do the operations, please perform the operations. If your card is wrong, then it is going to say that please insert the correct card. Yes or no? So this is the usability, how the system is going to interacting with the system. Next, the subqualities such as, whenever you will be looking at the subqualities of the usability, learnability, efficiency, affect, helpfulness or control. Now here learnability means whatever the card you have been inserted, okay, for that it is going to give some learning, saying that this card is accepted, so and so person is welcomed by the card. Of efficiency, that is it has to give the throughput. Response, effect, whatever the effect is going to be happening when you have inserted the card, that the card is working or not, the machine is working or not, is there any fault among these two hardware systems. And helpfulness, does it going to give the system help or not. And control, how it is going to managing the aspects by interacting with the user control. So these are the some of the sub qualities which are going to be interacting with the system. Next, interoperability is one of the quality attribute. The ability to or more systems to cooperate at runtime. Interoperability means ability to work out with multiple systems, two or more systems at the runtime. Now non-runtime system qualities. So before going for the non-runtime system qualities, we will have trace once again functionality, performance, security, and then your availability, usability, interoperability. So these are the some of the aspects, around 6 quality attributes we have seen in the runtime quality. So this will be one of an important question which will be asked for you, the taxonomy of software qualities. In the taxonomy of software qualities, it has been subdivided into 4 parts. System qualities, nothing but into 4 parts: runtime, non-runtime, business qualities, architecture qualities. Then afterwards you will say about the domain specificity, like that. Okay. Now in the non-runtime qualities, system qualities, non-runtime qualities cannot be measured as the system executes. It means there is no any measurement, whereas in the previous one, for usability there is a measure, for interoperability there is a measure, for availability there is a measure, for performance there is a measure, for security there is a measure, for functionality there is a measure, because there is going to a metric in order to measure all these things. What we cannot measure in terms of the software architecture quality is modifiability. It means how much we have modified, we cannot measure it. It means how the system can accommodate the changes to the software. Next, portability, ability of a system to run under different computing environments. Reusability, a degree to which existing applications can be reused in new applications. Integrability, the ability to make separately developed components of the systems work together. Testability, in which the system software can be made to demonstrate with faults. If you will see here, modifiability means how you are going to accommodate the changes, that is the modifiability. Portability means if you are running one system with one software platform, again the other software which have been developed on other platforms, that has to be integrate and work out and execute the respective features. It can be in terms of software or hardware. Reusability means up to what extent your applications can be reused into new applications. For example, A is a software and B is a software. In A software, how many components of B software will be reusable, or A software's components can be reusable into B software. So we need to see the attributes, how they are going to be working together, so that we can easily extract the respective features and we can apply for the reusability of the software components. Then integrability, here the ability to make the separately developed components of the system work together correctly. Now testability, the ease with which software can be made to demonstrate its faults. Now business qualities, the next one is the after runtime and non-runtime. Non-runtime, you can see that the business qualities, non-software system qualities that influence other qualities. So we have seen whatever the system software qualities such as runtime, non-runtime. Apart from that, whatever the left out which is deals with the business terms, whatever I have discussed with the cost and schedule, marketability, appropriateness for the organizations, all these things come into picture. Now here the costs is the concept will come into picture. Here cost and schedule means the cost of the system with respect to time and market. It means whatever the expected project lifetime for the schedule and utilization of the legacy, it means the old softwares. And COTS, COTS means components of the shelf, COTS, components. C refers components, O means of, the T means the shelf. Shelf means we are going to trying to integrate all the components as like a shelf. In our homes there will be shelves that are such as almaras, in which we are trying to keep whatever the things we are having. We are going to keep all those in our shelf, and we are going to keep in them as like a as like whatever the needs, whatever the items we are going to keeping, we are going to keeping as like in the shelves format, okay, in which we are trying to access them. So here the components are going to keep in the carts. Whenever this concept has came into picture in the 1995s, the whole software development environment has been changed by the components of the shelf. Okay, this has given a very good, very strong strengthen to the development of the software architectures with the components of the shells. So my dear students, this have played a vital role, component of the shells. So utilization of the legacy is also come into picture whenever we are going to make use of the component of the shells. In the legacy software, we are having so many software documents, and we are trying to access them using the carts. That is the component of the shelf. So here cost and schedule, that will reduce us. If you are having already existing softwares, why you will go for the new softwares? For example, I am having a web page. For example, I will give an example to you regarding the carts. Whenever we have came into picture this concept, that is we are having a web page. In that web page, we are trying to see that what are the username is there, password is there, and login button is there. Okay, whenever I want to develop any software which is a login page, is a web page, okay, if I want to develop a new software, every login page should have these attributes. It means I can reuse that page. I can just insert whatever the fields I required. Instead of username, I can give anything. Instead of a password, I can give anything. Okay, credentials, user authentication. So this is the one of the web page or the login page I can access. So carts includes already so many web pages, so many login pages. I can just reuse. I can keep my name and reuse that web page like that. Like that the reusability will come into picture. So this is one of the non-system attribute qualities. Okay, marketability, the use of the system with respect to market competition. This is one of the attribute which is going to play a vital role. Appropriateness for organization, availability of the human input, allocation of expertise, and alignment of team and software structure. Business process re-engineering will come into picture. Now architecture qualities, this is one of the fourth attribute. Okay, that is quality attributes specific to the architecture itself. Conceptual integrity, here we are having two things, that is conceptual integrity and correctness. In the conceptual integrity, whatever the system you are going to be developing, whatever the components you are going to be develop, whatever the architectures you are going to be develop, you are trying to integrate as like a single one and composing them with the various artifacts. And the correctness, you have to satisfy the requirements of the system, then only your correctness will come into picture. So if you are unable to satisfy the requirements, your correctness cannot match. So this will be one of the important attribute whenever you are looking for the verifiability of the software. In the verification of the software testing, the correctness measure is one of the measure which will gives a strong ideas, strong things to the respective software development. So in the architecture qualities, we are having conceptual integrity, and we can integrate any sort of components with our architecture and make it as like a strengthened software. In the correctness means verification will come into picture in the accountability for satisfying the requirements of the system. For example, I have given a logic C is equal to A plus B. It means that I have given only integer, but I am trying to put the variables such as I am trying to give the alphabets. It means alphabets are not going to accept because I have given the integer. If I have given the character, then the alphabets can accept. If I have given the only character, means I cannot give the integer values or floating values. So these are one of the correctness feature. So this is the one thing. And conceptual integrity means whenever we are trying to integrate a big architecture with a small architectural artifacts. Okay, so this is about the whole things which we have discussed about the architecture qualities. Domain specific qualities, the domain specific qualities, quality attributes found in the specific business domains. As I told you that domain specificity represent there are various domains for the development of a software. Our college itself is an education domain, and traveling is one of a traveling is one of a domain in which you can see that subdomains such as a rail domain, air domain, road domain. Again in the road domain you will be having APS RTC feature, subdomain. Another subdomain is the private buses subdomain. Nowadays railways also having the government trains and private trains, and the air flights also we are having Air India flights, SpiceJet flights, like that. These are the subdomains. Okay, so here what domain, which domain we have to consider. So for that we are having two things important, two attributes. Sensitivity, it means the degree to which the system component can pick up something being measured. I told you about the measurement metrics. Okay, metrics. If I want to measure the milk, I need to have liters. Without liters I cannot measure. If I want to measure some weight, it means I need kilograms. Like what? Likewise that sensitivity is one of a measure which will helps us to pick up the respective system components. So sensitivity is one of a measure. Okay, it's a degree to which the system component can pick up something being measured. And the calibrability, nothing but ability of a system to recalibrate itself to some specific working range. It means that we are going to put some of the ranges. In those ranges we are trying to access the respective things that can be considered. Okay, so these are the domain specific qualities, architectural qualities, business qualities, again runtime and non-runtime. So these are the various taxonomy of software qualities. With all these features, with all these aspects, we can see that in order to develop a software architecture with a quality oriented one, we need to look after the respective things which have been considered. So these are the about the whole software quality attributes. Okay, now before going to architectural styles and patterns, I will once again reiterate the concepts which we have seen from the quality attributes, the quality scenarios, the quality software products, system quality attributes. Okay, how they have been related one another, we have already discussed. Okay, so here from here onwards our architecture and software quality attributes will come into picture. Quality attributes are achieved through architecture, implementation, deployment, security versus reliability, performance with all other quality attributes. Now we can see the system quality attributes, that is nothing but the availability, modifiability, performance, security, testability and usability. See dear students, once again I am telling you that this is one of the main important question, the system quality attributes. You have to remember all these attributes such as availability, modifiability, performance, security, testability and usability. Next, these are the software quality products, although we won't see all into factors, but these will cover in our system things, that is functional suitability, performance efficiency, compatibility, usability, reliability, security, maintainability and portability. Then quality attribute scenarios, we have already discussed about all these things. And then quality attributes, we are having three types of quality attributes, main category categorized into three quality attributes: system qualities, business qualities and architectural qualities. The system qualities, again I will once again reiterate that availability, modifiability, performance, security, testability, usability. Best business qualities, nothing but the time to market, cost and benefit, product lifetime, target market, rollout schedule, integration, others. Architectural qualities differs with the conceptual integrity, correctness and completeness. Again the same thing will be have been explained in a very good definition manner. We have given the definitions and the respective examples in a clear cut manner. For the business quality attributes also we have discussed, and how to achieve the qualities we have discussed. For those we have given the taxonomy of software qualities and how that taxonomy can be considered and measured. For that we have given the system qualities with in terms of runtime and non-runtime, and business qualities and architectural qualities. For these things we have discussed in a clear cut manner, and I have already presented the respective definitions for each and everything. For system runtime qualities, we have already seen that there is a possibility to measure all these systems, how the system will execute. The definition also we have given for the functionality, the ability of the system to do work with the how it can be intended. It means whatever the intention of the customer, it has to work out. The performance is the response time, utilization and throughput behavior of the system which can be happening for a particular system delivery. And security, the measure of the system's ability to resist unauthorized attempts to usage or behavior modification while providing the service. Then availability, reliability, quality attributes falls under this category. That is, already we discussed about the how the availability of the system. It means are we reaching to a particular systems responding to us correctly or not. Okay, if it is failuring, then the availability of the system can be measured. Usability means already have given a very good example for the ATM machine, how the user is going to be interacting with his card and how he is going to generating the respective money, and how the system is going to be interacting with him for the end users requirement, interoperability, when the two systems or more systems going to cooperate at the runtime. So these are about the whole runtime quality system qualities. Now we will discuss about the non-runtime system qualities, which includes it cannot be measured over the system quality cannot be measured as the system executes: modifiability, portability, reusability, integrability, testability. So these are the some of the attributes which we have seen. And then business quality is nothing but the cost and schedule, marketability, appropriateness of the organization, and the architectural quality is nothing but the conceptual integrity, correctness, and then at last domain specific quality is nothing but the sensitivity and the calibrability. These are the things. So my dear students, now anyhow for today's class I will stopping here only with the various quality attributes in terms of system quality attributes, runtime, non-runtime, architectural and business quality attributes. If you are having any questions, please come back to me. I will be here to give the answers for all of you. So if you are having any questions in these terms, in these aspects, please ask me some questions so that I can respond you whatever the questions you have been raising. I hope that these are the whole theory concepts. You might be not at all getting any questions because it's a very easy to understand. All these things you have covered in your software engineering syllabus, software engineering concepts, and it is better understandable, better easy to remember and easy to enhance. So I request all the students to please remember the quality aspects. Whatever the FUPS quality factors we have seen, those in the software engineering, that is also there, but this is in terms of the software architecture quality, software architecture quality factors which we have to consider when developing a software architecture. So my dear students, if you are having any questions, please you can ask here, or you can mail me for the mail ID also. Okay, if you are unable to get back to me, business quality attributes I have seen here. Okay, each and every attribute I have given in a very simple definition. So I request all the students to put up any queries regarding this for today's class regarding only quality attributes. Okay, in the next class I will be going with the architectural styles and patterns. Still, although architectural patterns and styles all belongs to this unit, but these patterns will be coming for the unit 3 onwards, where we will see the behavioral patterns, again your architectural patterns, like that creational patterns, like that various types of patterns we are going to see. We are having a large number of patterns we have to discuss, and how each pattern has to how to work out. Regarding that, we are having one more textbook. Now for this I suggest every student to buy this textbook. This is one of the textbook for the software architecture in practice by Len Boss, Paul Clements and Rick Kasman. This is the one of the very interesting textbook. You can see all the concepts whatever I have discussed in this textbook. You can see here, okay, whatever the concepts I am discussing regarding the quality. You can see around two chapters, chapter 4, chapter 5, understanding quality attributes and achieving the software quality for the architecture, for designing the software architecture. So you can see here chapter 4 and chapter 5, which will deals with the whatever the concepts I have discussed. I have already come across with these concepts, whatever the PPT I am putting you, and regarding that only I have kept here. So dear students, I request everyone to take this textbook from the library, which is already available. That is a software architecture in practice. For the first unit and second unit, you can see these two textbooks. These two textbooks will give you a clear cut information regarding the quality attributes and what is the definition of architecture. You can see here all these things have been explained in a clear and better manner. Okay, I request every student to go to the library and get this textbook if possible, if you will come to college, or else you can download this from the online also. The same textbooks PDF is also available, or else I will share it with you all of you. Okay, if it's not possible, you can also buy it from the Flipkart or Amazon or Infibeam.com. So this is a book which is available to all of you. Okay, I suggest everyone to take this book, keep with you, so that in order to cover the first 2 units, and I will be giving a clear cut notes to you for the unit 1 and unit 2, so that we will cover from this textbook. So dear students, please take this textbook from the library, or bought it from the online websites such as Infibeam.com, Amazon or Flipkart or Snapdeal, whatever it might be. So it doesn't cost that much. Okay, so this is one of the author, Len Boss, has given a very good clear cut explanation. Although this book is from the low price edition, it doesn't cost more than 250-300 rupees. So dear students, please go and buy this textbook, or keep this textbook, or make a soft copy, whatever the soft copy which can available PDF online also. I request request all the students to take this textbook. It's a very important textbook for you to cover for the unit 1 and unit 2 of the remaining 6 units of this syllabus. So anyhow, I will be going to end up this class for today's session. I ask everyone to please come up some of the questions so that whatever the concepts you have been understood or not. Okay, I have just been discussing about only the some of the fundamentals of the architecture, and we have discussed about the life cycle of the business life cycle of the architecture and how it has been came so for the various things, and the layer technology we have discussed, reference models we have seen, reference architectures we have seen, and then we have seen only the quality attributes. So dear students, till 3 classes we have discussed only up to the attributes, and the coming classes we will discuss about the architectural styles and patterns. So anyone having any queries, please come to me, please walk to me, please talk to me, so that I can explain you in a better manner. Okay, anyhow, thanks a lot for giving this opportunity. I request all the students to please post some of the questions to me so that I can respond you. Okay, thank you, thanks a lot.